Welcome to CSLDallas, a spiritual community deep in the heart of Texas, connecting with kindred spirits around the world. You are invited to explore around the edges or dive right into our powerful teachings, practical practices, mystical experiences, and heart-opening connections. This month, we ask the question, what are you choosing? As we grow ourselves, co-create with the universe, experience joy, and transform the world one life at a time. We love being in community with you, whether it's in person or virtually. We're so glad you're here. So let's stand and put our hands together for the CSL Dallas band and music team.
Everyone. My name is Michael Grundy, and I have the privilege of being your platform assistant today. So let's just start off by reading our purpose statement together. We are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives, and so it is. Well, what a great evening we had together. So let's take time to acknowledge all of the volunteers and performers of the Mystic Note Cafe Talent Show. Okay. You guys can see all those names? Well, my instructions say I'm supposed to read all those names. Yeah! My goodness. Julie Joe, Deidre Aaron, Brenda Candy, Linda Iris, Carl, Char, Jamie, Glenda, skipped a few, Stephanie, Faye, now, Cecilia, Jamie, Ryan, Richard, Patrick, Jerry, Marilyn, Bill. And to the many other volunteers. There you go. Yay. Okay, you guys must be reading my notes because it says, now join me in giving a round of applause. Okay, let me tell you something that you don't know then, okay? Vision casts where art and vision meet. This Saturday at 7 p.m., you do not want to miss this unique experience. It's led by Ryan Brown. That blends a unique meditation experience with the creative art of making art to take home. And no art experience is required. That means anyone can participate, okay? There'll be light food and refreshments, and all supplies are included. So you must register by August 23rd. There's no walk-ups allowed. Now, next one. Dr. Preacher offers a powerful course starting in September called Ernest Holmes, His Life and Times. We are all on a spiritual journey which led us to the science of mind. This is doubly true for our founder, Ernest Holmes. His journey to become a spiritual healer, a teacher, a reluctant founder of a movement will surprise and enlighten, prod, and inspire you in this course called Ernest Holmes, His Life and Times. It is so much more than just another history course. Explore the influences of Ernest's young life. Then contemplate who and what influenced the beginning of your awakening. Discover a few of the seminal writers whose work Ernest embodied, and examine who that was for you. Marvel at the documented healings that emboldened Holmes to live these teachings, and allow yourself to become as bold in your declaration to manifest. See how all of this became what we know today as the science of mind. Dr. Preacher has been studying, teaching, and going into deeper dives in Holmes' life for decades, okay? This class is an overview of a rich life and a journey that has inspired so many people over the past 100 years. So join Dr. Preacher on September 5th online at 7 p.m. Central Time and see for yourself the life and times of Ernest Holmes. This will catapult you on a journey. So, let's see. Oh, and if you really want to go, you need to go register at CSLDallas.org/education and go to the current schedule button and just click there. Now, we have more. Introducing CSL Dallas Virtual Reflect Express Connect, a Sunday evening gathering. We are excited to announce something very special for our online community, a Sunday evening of virtual gathering beginning September 8th and at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you've been waiting to connect with our online community, the CSL Dallas Virtual Reflect Express Connect, a Sunday evening gathering, is the place to be. Starting at 7 p.m., this 45-minute time together is designed for you to get connected, explore the weekly topic, and go deeper into science of mind with our spiritual coaches and volunteers. To register, head on over to our website and look for the calendar and click on the September 8th date, and that way you'll get the Zoom link. You only need to register once, and then you'll be registered for all the upcoming dates. So, now whether you're joining us here for the first time today, or if you've been connected with us for years, welcome. However you found us in person or online, we'd love to stay in touch with you. Stay in the know by following us on social media. Leave us a Google review, sign up for our weekly newsletter, get inspirational text, fill out the Connect card in the back. If you're online, you'll see a link, and you can also sign up for the CSL Dallas 101 class just by going to our sister site, which is called spiritualclassonline.com. Now, that's a bunch of announcements for you guys to listen to, so that's a good reason for you to stay connected, because you probably won't remember all the stuff that I said. But if you get connected, then you'll know everything that's going on, and you don't want to miss out on what's going on. But now, let's settle into this morning with our music team of Candy, Glenda, Sharon, Stephanie, and Val, and our band, Brad, Jonathan, and Matt, and go within and center ourselves with our spiritual coach, Cindy Young.
I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I surrender. Oh, I surrender. I surrender. I open my my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I surrender. Oh, I surrender. I surrender. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I open my heart, my body, my soul.
Please take a moment to just go within. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe in, be reminded of the divine flow of life, divine flow of spirit flowing through you as that breath deep into your heart, deep into your soul. There's only oneness, that oneness that exists within each of us, that oneness of all of life, that perfect state of being, whole, perfect, complete, that all that surrounds us is, including ourselves at the very deepest level. That wholeness that exists within each of us is always perfect, is always expressing, is our divine right. We cannot be outside of it. As we center today, we are stepping into that wholeness, that truth that exists within each of us, knowing the perfection of spirit within and without, that each and every person that we meet, each and every person that we greet, is that wholeness, is that love, is that perfection. So together, we come together today, centered in that wholeness, centered in that love, knowing it is perfect, knowing it is whole, knowing it is complete. And affirm it by saying, and so it is.
I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I step into the flow and then I let it go. I open my heart, my body, my soul. I surrender. Oh, I surrender. I surrender. morning, welcome to choir rehearsal. Yeah. Except for this ain't the rehearsal, this is actually the performance. Ooh, you didn't know you were so good, did you? Yeah, just go right on to the performance. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do this wonderful song by Stevie Wonder. Yeah. And if you get all discombobulated, don't worry. You got the words right there. Just follow these queens. Come on, queens, wave at them. There you go. We got you. All right. And we have a practice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'll treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Yes, I'm going to treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Nice man. High and my mood is low. In a flash, I can be in a different space as a different me with a new idea. I think I'll treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Yes, I'm going to treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. There's no reach, there's no core. Everything is love, no more word is war. There's no black and no white. Rainbow colors paint every day and night. Life's a paradise. I'm gonna treat myself, yeah, in my head. Oh, yes, I'm going to treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. It's amazing how the mind can do what you want it to do. All you gotta do is find that space, and you'll find you're living life in pleasure forever and forever. Yeah, 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 yeah. If your life's in a place that you can hardly bear, come along with me to mental ecstasy. I think I'll treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Come on, let's go. I'm going to treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Don't you wanna go? I think I'll treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Right there, right there. Yes, I'm going to treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Come on, choir. I think I'll treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Yes, I'm going to treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Don't stop, keep going. Said I think I'll treat myself to all the pretty places in my head. Right here in my head, I'm going to treat myself to all the pretty places in my
yourself to all those pretty places in your head, all those thoughts that you are thinking about, of what you want in your life, all of the things about how you want to feel. Treat yourself to all those pretty places. Or not. I mean, you don't seem to be particularly excited about, maybe you don't have any pretty places in your head. And if you don't have any pretty places in your head, I don't know what you are doing hanging out with us at CSLDallas, because we are serious about claiming and experiencing pretty places. Yes? This month we are focusing on you always have a choice. You always have a choice. And you can choose those positive, pretty things that you are thinking about, because guess what? If you don't choose them, they're not going to happen. You've got to make the choice. So week 1 this month, we focused on choosing success. And week 2, we focused on choosing something. I'm like, okay, you were there. I'm just like checking. Choosing freedom. And if you choose success and freedom, maybe you don't need to choose anything else. But today we're going to focus on choosing wholeness. Wholeness. And what is wholeness? So if you look in the glossary of the Science of Mind textbook, you would not find a definition for wholeness. If you looked in the New Thought Metaphysical Dictionary and Thesaurus written by Sarah Flowers, you will not find a definition for wholeness. You will find in both of those references a definition for whole, capital W-H-O-L-E, as being the one, one God, one presence. And wholeness then, of course, means that I recognize I am one with that one. I am that I am. And so the definition that I'm using to ground myself today, and if it works for you, use it to ground yourself as well, is wholeness is what happens when I recognize I am divinity expressing. I am the one. I am operating from wholeness, from my connection with the whole, the one. That one power, that one presence, that infinite intelligence that is the power and the presence that is operating the world and beyond, all of life. So if you are able to read what's on the screen, including those of you who are online, if you can see it, what is wholeness together? It's when I recognize I am divinity expressing. But I don't know about you. Maybe you can relate to what happens to me. I know this. I know that this is what wholeness is. But in daily life, I forget I'm divinity expressing. And I hear myself saying things like, well, I'm only human, or I'm just human, or, that's just the human me deciding or speaking or criticizing or complaining, because I forget that I can choose wholeness in every minute of every day. I am not only human or just human, that as a human being, I get to choose to align myself with the whole, which means I am tapping into and expressing wholeness. Now, what I have experienced in my own life, and when I think about being a practitioner and spiritual coach, a lot of times people come to me, and the only time they are talking about wholeness is when there is something physically wrong with them in terms of their health. Right. Now, wholeness is about all the ways that I am aligning with and expressing the nature of God. But often the first thing that comes to our mind, if we don't think we're in alignment with wholeness, is physical illness or health. And when that gets really out of control, or maybe there's been an unexpected injury, we could be like a member of our community who a few days ago found themselves in the emergency room. Anybody here ever been to the ER room for the emergency department? Many hospitals now say, but having to go to the ER. Well, you know, the experience I have had of either being in the ER myself or going to be with someone in the ER is that the mindset and the experience in the ER is where we often feel anxiety. We feel despair. We feel confusion, like what's going on? What happened to my body? Like, why isn't my body doing what it needs to do? We feel intimidation, many of us, because we don't know all the equipment or what's going to happen next or how long we are going to have to wait to be seen. And often when we travel to the emergency room, we then find ourselves in a pool of hopelessness. Like this is useless, or this is futile, or this is horrible. And we forget all about what we know in terms of faith, in terms of hope. And so we are being guided by fear. Fear in, panic out. Fear in, panic out. And so for many of us, if we think about being in the ER or having to go to the ER or having to take someone to the ER, we are operating from fear, and our behavior reflects a sense of panic. I was thinking about this. Really, I started thinking about it specifically because I was going to go visit someone who was in the ER, and I thought, what if I thought about the ER differently? What if I really thought, oh, this is a place to find an excellent remedy? Oh, let's go to the ER. We could have an empowering reset and have a different experience in life. Or maybe we could have an energetic release of whatever energy it is that is showing up now as pain or illness. Or maybe there would be, in the time that I'm waiting in the ER, an opportunity for an emerging revelation related to bringing me back in line with wholeness. And in the best of all circumstances, I could spend some time in the ER, and then I would come out and I would have this extraordinary rejuvenation, ready to go, ready to move forward in the world, ready to change everything in my life for the good. Now, it's just using our imagination, right? I can use my imagination and magnify anxiety, despair, confusion, intimidation, and hopelessness, or I can use my imagination to look for remedy, reset, release, revelation, and rejuvenation. Which one do you choose, right? Wholeness in, wellness out. Wholeness in here, especially in here. Wellness out. This is what we have the opportunity to do when we apply these principles. It is not enough to just read the book. It is not enough to just show up on Sunday and say, oh, that was a good talk. Yeah, she was good. Yeah, she made me laugh. Or Dr. Petra, oh, she really made me think. Yeah, I never thought about that before. Right? Those are good things. Don't stop doing that. but but also then apply these principles. So if we're talking today about choosing wholeness, then we get to think about it differently. And for this moment, we are thinking about our health because it's a challenge. When we're not feeling well, it can be a real challenge to believe that we're going to feel better and that our health is great. Ernest Holmes said, deny false conclusions, bring out the evidence of perfection and produce the healing. Deny false conclusions. Bring out the evidence of perfection. When have you been well before? What do you know to do? Are you doing that? Bring out the evidence of perfection, and then you will produce the healing. Disease is a fact, but not a truth. It's an experience, but it is not a spiritual reality. I cannot emphasize this enough. Disease is a fact. It is happening. If someone comes to me and they have just received a diagnosis of cancer, I am not going to tell them, you don't have cancer. Cancer doesn't exist. There's no such thing as cancer. It's a fact. Their body has experienced something that the scientists and the doctors have studied for a long time, and they have put a label on it called cancer, and we have all been taught about it. That's what's happening in their body. It's a fact. But it is an experience they are going through. It is not a spiritual reality. And if I am choosing to say this is what is happening, but I am moving toward the spiritual truth expressing in my life so that I can experience wholeness and wellness, then I am going to talk about the spiritual reality of wholeness in my body and my cells knowing how to work together to move from whatever is happening now toward wellness, toward wholeness. This is what we teach. It is not idle, something to think about. It requires each one of us to actually step into it, the facts, the laws, and then apply them in our lives. Ernest Holmes also wrote, with every pill we have prescribed for us, we should also be given a creative prayer. Now, this is not a creative prayer like, oh, let's make it pretty. Oh, let's bring some flowers in and pray. It is creative and probably, I should have capitalized that C, creative in the sense of the infinite intelligence that is running all of life is creating something. So my prayer is creating a new outcome, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. With every pill we take or we are prescribed, when your doctor prescribes you to take that medicine, then I want you to next email, text, or call a practitioner and a spiritual coach or a minister and say, oh, my doctor just prescribed 500 milligrams per day of metformin, and I need you to do a creative prayer that affirms my health and wholeness and that my body is able to operate without medication because I am whole. With every pill, there should also be a prayer. And if you can't do the prayer yourself in a way that you can believe it, there are many, many people available. People you've had classes with, people who maybe you don't know who are practitioners or ministers, and feel required. Feel required to have a pill and a prayer working for you to return you to wholeness. Can you do that? I don't remember to do it. So I'm really talking to myself right now that, oh yeah, we don't think that there's anything wrong with a pill or surgery or any kind of medical procedure. We use those as ways to move from whatever the dysfunction or the problem is into the way we want to be. And so in parenthesis from this quote, prayer is a suggested way to correct our destructive patterns of thought. So this is why we do science of mind and spiritual mind treatments or mental treatments. This is why, because we are going to correct the destructive patterns of thought and replace them with the spiritual truth. Because treatment is a direct statement in mind of what we wish to do, who we wish to be, or what we wish to have or experience. That's what mental treatment is. And to within that treatment, realize that what I am claiming is done. Is there anybody, and if you're online, I want to see yeses or me toos in the chat. Is there anybody within the sound of my voice who has done or received a treatment and it worked? We are not playing. It is not a game. It is not magic. It is mental treatment to shift the cause. So I'm going to invite you right now, everyone, to think of something that you would like to transform related to your physical health. And it doesn't mean that there has to be anything broken or wrong. I'm not putting an idea in Michael Brundy's head, but it might be Michael Brundy, as many of you know because he has shared it so many times, he runs every morning. And he has run marathons. And so he might be training for a marathon, and his prayer might be, oh, I want to train well and be ready for the next 26-mile marathon I'm running. So there's nothing wrong, but he wants to lock in what is working or expand to something even better, right? I'm going to run a marathon on, like our friend Tony Reed, on 7 continents, right? So lock in. Mostly I was talking about that so that you could think about what you want to lock in terms of a treatment, an improvement, a shift related to your physical health, your body. Do you have it in mind? Okay, so if you're online, feel free if you want to put in the chat, and some people in the booth can tell me, but I'd like to hear from maybe 4 people. What is something you want to see change related to your physical health? Talk to me. Give up sugar because? Okay, so give up sugar. Give me something else. Fix my knee. What? Good health? Gut health. One more. Fix my ankle, remove headaches. Okay, so you all are telling me all the things that you want to get rid of, and I'm going to make up some stories about what you actually want to have instead. And I'm going to ask the practitioners who are in the room to come down and be on both sides of the platform, because I need some really strong consciousness holding with this, because we are about to shift some energy right here and right now. Don't block me, please. Christine, don't block me. I'm the star of the show. So really, don't block my energy, because this is getting ready to be some energy. When you hear us talk about spiritual mind treatment, it is not begging and beseeching. It is choosing what you want and then claiming it. And so we heard a few examples. We're going to extrapolate from that, the kinds of things that we want with healing. Are you ready? All right, so take a breath. It is that breath that reminds me right here and right now that there is always enough. It is that breath that reminds me right here and right now that my body knows how to breathe in oxygen, move it all through my body in the circulatory system, and nourish my body in ways I don't even know. And then when it's done, my body knows how to exhale that breath, release carbon dioxide, which has other purposes for other forms of life. And in this moment, I remember and realize that, wow, I can describe what my body is doing, but I don't know how to start from nothing, from scratch, and have my lungs inflate and deflate, have my heart beat and the circulatory system work. I don't know how to make that happen, even though I have watched it happen every day of my life, and I've watched it happen in everybody else's life. This is the information that lets me know or causes me to remember that there is a power greater than I am, and it needs no help from me. It knows how to create everything from no thing, everything from itself, and make it all work together. The complexity of the physical body in itself is a demonstration and is proof of this. My brain works and processes information. My heart beats. My ankles rotate and flex. My knees support me. My hips work. All of this is what I have been designed to do. And this infinite intelligence that knows exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and why created me and every person within the sound of my voice. And I am using the word I, the first person, because I want everyone to hear it as their own commitment and their own truth. So I am God expressing. And right now, I claim that every cell in my body knows how to communicate with and cooperate with every other cell in my body. I am ready now for whatever healing is required so that my body can operate at its highest potential. I have been made to move and to be able to adapt to whatever situation physically. And I claim it that beginning right here and right now, whatever needs to move to another place in or out of my body so that my ankles work and support me well and my knees are able to bend and stretch, and that every system and organ in my body flows perfectly and cooperates with every other system and organ. My thinking is clear. If this resonates, say yes. Are you ready to heal? Are you ready to be at your optimum best in your physical body? Now is the time. Take a breath. I'm so grateful that this is the perfect time to breathe life and more life into my body. I am so grateful that now is the time to take a stand for health and wholeness. I stand if I am ready to go forward feeling better. I stand if I am ready to release any attachment to headaches or migraines or any malfunction. I stand if I am ready to move with flexibility and to stretch beyond where I was able to stretch last week. I stand for this truth. And I am grateful that my word is all that it needs to make change happen. And from that gratitude, it is so easy to simply release and let go and be the change that I claim. And I surrender into the flow of the automatic nature of spiritual law that has already said yes, knowing this is all of this is already done and complete in the mind of God. Amen. And so it is. Ashe. Breathe. Thank you, practitioners, for holding this energy through the remainder of the service from wherever you are sitting and moving. This is how it works when you choose wholeness. When you choose wholeness in your body, this is how it feels to claim that which is true and believe it. This is what it is like to choose wholeness, not just for your health, but in all aspects of your life. If you can see the screen and you're able to see that the image that is carrying us through this entire month is an image that has lots of spirals. Because our lives are not just one spiral. Our lives are spirals related to career, spirals related to relationships, spirals related to health, spirals related to parenting, spirals related to fun and recreation. And this image reminds us that there are all kinds of spirals that are working together, like gears work together and fit together in order to create something. And when we choose wholeness, we get to choose that in a way that whether it's a big spiral or a tiny spiral, there's movement. We're not stuck. We're not stagnant. And we're also not just limited to applying wholeness to health. So when the emergency is not related to our physical health, what takes the place of the ER in the hospital? Right? Maybe you have career changes or mental emotional health, the financial stability or lack thereof, legal challenges. And we want to go to the ER because it feels like it's beyond something we can fix on our own. So I want to remind you, you can choose wholeness specialists in any area. Your wholeness specialist with your physical health might be a doctor or a nurse or an urgent care center. But if you seem to be off balance, out of control, or confused or frustrated, and it's mental health, go to a mental health professional to help you, or a legal protection person who knows strategy and can help you, or someone who is an expert on financial health or spiritual health. Because if you don't remember anything else, I hope that you will remember wholeness in, wellness out. So in every aspect of your life, we want you to think about what wholeness, what am I putting in that represents and connects me to the truth of wholeness? And the number one wholeness specialist you need to know And trust me. I need to be able to be my own wholeness specialist. It's why in our Declaration of Principles, the Science of Mind Declaration of Principles, I think it's number 7 or number 8, we believe in the direct revelation of truth through the intuitive and spiritual nature of each person, and that any person, every person, may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. That's you. That's you. That's you. That's you. You are a revealer of truth. And you can do that for yourself. Be a revealer of truth because you live in close contact with the indwelling God. That's all wholeness is, living in close contact with the indwelling God. And then maybe you want to use the tool that we've been using the last 3 weeks, especially focusing on spiritual mind treatment. And you just experienced it, but this is the bottom line with spiritual mind treatment. This idea of healing, if you really understand it, is substituting truth for sense testimony. You know, the testimony of your brain saying, oh, well, that never worked before, or the testimony of your head hurting and saying, oh, yeah, that's right, I get migraines every month or every year around this time, or the testimony of your senses, what you see, touch, taste, feel, hear. It's telling you, it's talking to you. You can't have that. You don't deserve that. Oh, that'll be really hard to achieve. That's sense testimony. You're going to substitute truth with sense testimony. That's what treatment is doing. So before I close out, I'm going to challenge you to identify just one thing that you want to replace sense testimony with, and what the truth is. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. And any of our spiritual coaches and practitioners can help you, because I know you're going to go for treatment after the service today, online or in person, or next week, or the week after that. But I'm going to give you a little help so that you remember you can do it yourself. So let's get personal. What's something, I'm not going to ask you to share this out loud. I'm not, because I want you to be completely honest with yourself. What's getting in the way of you experiencing wholeness right now? You don't have to tell anyone else. Just pick one thing that you realize, oh, I'm out of alignment here. I'm listening to the sense testimony. I am following an old pattern. What is it that's out of alignment? What's not working in your life today? I'm going to count to 10. Pick something. 1009, 1008, 1007, 1006, 1005, 1004, 3, 2, 1. Some of you had, like, I can't decide. There are 8 things. Just pick one, because when you do this process with one, number one, it's probably going to relate to some of the others. But once you do it with one, then you'll be able to do it again on your own with another topic. So what is it that is not working in your life? And I'm going to say it out loud. You can if you want, or you can just say it to yourself. State that thing. This thing, it's a fact, but not a truth. It's an experience, but it is not my spiritual reality. This thing that is out of alignment, it's a fact, but not a truth. It's an experience, but it's not my spiritual reality. And now ask yourself, what is the spiritual reality? That might be that my spiritual reality is joy or love or peace. If I were experiencing my spiritual reality, I would be experiencing prosperity or clarity or order or beauty. What is the quality or the aspect or the experience that actually is the spiritual reality of who you are and what's possible for you? And say that. I'm going to repeat the sentence 3 times. Fill in the blank. This is my spiritual reality. This, naming it specifically, is my spiritual reality. This joy, this peace, this love, this beauty is my spiritual reality. And one more step. If that's truly your spiritual reality and you claim it and it is expressing in your life, when you choose that, what will you experience differently? Yeah. We get stuck on what's wrong and how it doesn't work. I'm asking you, now you're going to apply this spiritual reality. What does it look like when it is working? 3 things. Come up with at least 3 things in your mind. Fill in the blank. If joy is my spiritual reality, when I choose joy, I experience close relationships. I experience an excitement about trying new things. I am feeling and doing what brings me joy. What are the 3 things that it would manifest as? This is what I want to leave you with. Take a breath. You have within you the power to choose wholeness, right? You choose and recognize what it is that's not working, and you realize it's temporary, and you're not bound by it. And then you recognize and connect, whoa, if I was doing this, if I was experiencing joy or peace or some spiritual aspect and allowing that to lead me, that's my spiritual reality. And when I choose that, this is what my life looks like. And then you're like me. You're jumping up and down and you're excited because my life is really good. And I'm happy for it to just be my life, but I would love it if it was your life as well. So remember, wholeness and healing is substituting truth for the senses, what the testimony your senses are telling you. And say it with me, beginning right now. I recognize I am divinity expressing. I recognize I am divinity expressing. I recognize that I am divinity expressing right here, right now, and so it is.
Yeah. It's always tough when Tracy uses you as an example. You know, now I feel like I really need to go out and run that marathon. But I will tell you that if you believe what she has said, it will definitely work. Now, I won't run a marathon because I don't believe it anymore. But I've used those techniques, and it has worked, okay? And I always like to play with you guys when I get a chance to be up here, so indulge me for 2 seconds. Everybody stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. A whole bunch of times you hear stuff around here and you wonder, can that really happen? Can I really do more than what I've been doing? I can just do this much, okay? So here's the experiment. Reach as high as you can. Reach as high as you can. As high as you can, okay? You got it? As high as you can. Now reach a little bit higher. Did anybody go up higher? There you go. Sit down. There you go. Now, we'll get on with the real business, okay? Which is, Wherever you are, online, and those of you that are with us in person, we ask that you please give generously to the work of CSL Dallas. We need you so that CSL Dallas can share the message and offer all of our programs. Activate the law of giving and receiving and make a difference through your giving. Let's begin by affirming our abundance together. I am filled with the Spirit and radiant in the consciousness of this infinite abundance. I receive it and I accept it. CSL Dallas is awake to Spirit's rich abundance. We are an irreversible magnet, a perfect outworking of our vision. We are blessed and prosperous, filled with wisdom, love, power, and presence of the divine, and so it is. There you go. So, there's a lot of different ways that you can give around here, guys. You can use text giving, you can use PayPal, auto tithing, or you can even save CS Dallas credit card fee by just putting your money in the basket as it goes around, or writing a check. Either option that works for you is good. Now, we have an additional ask to make of you. As you know, we are right-sizing our campus right now, and we're trying to make sure that all your donations are handled, and we're excellent stewards. So as we sublease our space, funds become available for projects and staffing in support of our purpose and mission. So remodeling is almost complete, and we will be moving into and setting up our new Joy Village rooms in Barong Gathering Space and the office over the rest of the month and the next month, okay? We already feel the energy, lightness, and connection. We can't wait to unleash CSL Dallas 3.0. We know that it's campaign season, and you're getting asked by many worthy causes and many people to give, but we still need you to give to CSL Dallas. So beyond just a small donation that you might leave for the items that you pick up around here and take home, we ask that you consider a more significant donation toward our capital campaign. Now, any amount will do. You can give $50, you can give $500, you can give $5,000. When they called me, they asked me to give $5,000. I said, I'll think about it. And I gave anyway. But anyway, make sure that you give, because it takes all of us to make this go around. And if you don't, then one, you won't feel like you're a part. And this is an opportunity to be a part of building CSL Dallas 3.0. So if you can't come and participate and do the hard work like me, that's why I made sure I'd made the donation, because I can't do the hard work like I did last time around. So somehow or another, make sure that you find a way to be a part of CSL Dallas 3.0. You'll regret it gratefully if you don't. And we will definitely appreciate all that you give. So thank you, and know that your gift and everything that you do truly does make a difference. And together, we truly do thrive. Now, it wouldn't be a good day if we didn't get a chance to see Petra up here today, right? And she has on her working shoes. So,
my working shoes on.
Petra, come talk to us.
You know, every time I have my red sneakers on, I got we're doing work. So that's going to be mostly I'm going to borrow that little sheet of paper because I wrote all my notes in there. That's going to be mostly every Sunday from here till the end of September. And so we need you. So first of all, remember to always check out Pankey Hall. So we've got the last bit of the, I was going to say Christmas stuff. That's not true. We're going to get to those. We have the last bit of the kitchen stuff. We've got more stuff that we've taken out of the offices. Come next week, you'll start seeing again some more art, other items that we're continuing to clear out. And when you do take something home, please just make a donation to the building fund. So we are starting our work parties. Again, starting today. You should have received an email, and the emails that are talking about it always have a link that you can click on with a spreadsheet where you can sign up for the dates of the work parties that you can participate in. We need you to participate in at least one. Why? Because, as Michael said, when you put your hands on it and your heart into it, it belongs to you. We have lots of evidence of that in previous work parties, previous remodels. You do not want to be left out. So here's the pattern you can pay attention to. Sundays, we've had so much great luck with these 45-minute blitz moves that's what we're going to be doing on Sunday. Of course, we're not going to be doing it on Labor Day weekend, but most Sundays we're going to have a 45-minute, 45 minutes is really what it's been. Occasionally it'll be an hour where we're moving furniture, shelving, boxes, whatever it is we're moving from there back over to here. They're going to be short and quick, and if we can have 10, 15, 20 people who help us out, it'll go really fast. Always, always, always remember to sign in, right? Give us your name, sign in, sign outs, because we love seeing how many people have helped. Wednesdays, we'll be packing or unpacking. So we'll be packing over here, offices, books, the workroom. We'll be packing stuff up over the next few weeks. And then following, once the Sunday move has happened, then we'll be setting up the kitchen and the books and the whatever needs to be set up, all the way through to the last Sunday in September. On September 29th, we will be finishing. We'll move the tiny bit of Joy Village that's left. We'll move the last bit of Pankey Hall that's left. We'll move the practitioner, the peace room, just the things that, and that'll be the last move, so that we can have a huge grand opening on the weekend of October 5th and 6th. So on October 5th and 6th, we'll be doing a blessing of the new space, an open house. We'll have all kinds of special activities, and you are not going to want to miss that. So you'll be getting a reminder. So please stay today. Again, 30, 40, 45 minutes or an hour. We can always use food, snacks on Sunday. Oh, let me say about Wednesday. The block of time that the staff will be working is 5 to 8. If you can come that whole time, great. If you can come 2 hours, if you can come an hour of that time, please sign up and say, I'll be there from 6 to 7 or from 5 to 8 or whatever, right? Put that right by your name. And of course, that's when we'll need food. And if you sign up, the person who's bringing food will know how much food to bring. So just pay attention, sign up when you can, help when you can. If you haven't signed up for a Sunday or a Wednesday, for goodness sakes, just show up. That will be great too. And so watch your weekly reminders. Okay, and the very last thing I want to say, I'm going to give you a heads up. September 8th, the week after Labor Day, September 8th, we're going to do a release of the space across the way. Suite 115. I learned this personally from Reverend Karen Fry. She's the prosperity queen, and I've watched her work with people who are seeking to sell businesses and homes. And one of the things she consistently teaches is if it's not selling, you still own it in your mind. So she says, okay, from here on out, you can no longer say, I'm selling my house. You can now only say, I'm selling the house. Yes, right? It's all in consciousness, you guys. Everything we do begins and ends in consciousness. So we are going to do a beautiful gratitude and release for that whole suite over there. And we had a big video made when we moved in here. 300 people did 3,000 hours worth of work. And Richard made a beautiful video. So we've made an 8-minute compilation of that. I cried like a baby. John Ferry, would you please stand? John helped us find this space. 2003, 4, right? Cheryl Newman, will you please stand? Cheryl helped us design this space. Who else in this room was here when we moved in, when we did all of that work? Right? Michael, who else is a part of? You put your hands on it, you put your heart in it, and we've owned it since that moment, right? We've owned it in our hearts, and it's a little challenging sometimes to let go of something that we've owned so beautifully. Remember, we're not selling the suite. It still belongs to us. We're just subleasing it to right-size our space. So we're going to do gratitude and blessing. If you have been a part of that and you're watching online, I really, 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 really invite you to be here on September 8th. For those of you who are normally online, while we're doing the release, there'll be another portion of the video for you to watch and enjoy while we're doing the gratitude and release. So if you do nothing else, mark September 8th on your calendar. Please join us on the work parties, because then when we open this space up, you will already be at home.
Okay, most of the rest of what I'm supposed to say here, Peter just said. But, what? So I will add, okay? Hey, when I was growing up, I grew up in an old black church, and it was a really important church. But there was this old man, Mr. Johnson, who would always tell us, just about every Sunday, you know, I built this church. I built this place. I painted that wall. I put in that. I did. Every Sunday darn near. And I always wanted to be like Mr. Johnson and be able to say that, yeah, I had helped build that place. And the times when we've done it around here, I've been able to say it, that, hey, I helped do some of that. I helped do some of that. Now, I can't do as much this time. That's why I tell you guys and try to encourage you to donate, because everybody can't do it. But I can tell you that if you will have a different experience when you come to CSL Dallas, when you can say, I helped paint that wall, or I helped move those chairs, or that's my name tag on the back of the chair that shows I donated. When you're involved in building and making sure that the place is maintained, you just have a different feeling around here. It's like it becomes that much more of a home, because those are the same kind of things that you would do at your own house. So when you treat this place like your own house, you get an extra thing. And it's just like Peter says, it's really just consciousness. So tell this place, tell yourself, this is my home. And I'm gonna do the same kinds of things to help CSL Dallas 3.0 that I would do I'm at home, you know? And if you can't build stuff because you're too old like me, then give some money because you probably got some money. Either way, make sure that you're a part, because you will feel bad later on when you see all this good stuff, because it's gonna be good, okay? Now, so, and I tell you, when you work around here, you get a chance to know people a whole lot better than you ever know if you don't work with them, okay? A secret, you'll even get a chance to have a beer with the minister. Anyway, that's my bit for today. Hey, so our spiritual coaches are available every Sunday for your spiritual support. You will receive a powerful spiritual mind treatment after the celebration today. Either you can do that by going across the breezeway, or you can go to the link that's being posted on the chat right now. Hey guys, we have an artist in residence here. Cecilia Williams' stuff is hanging in the Pankey Hall. Make sure that you go check it out and talk to Cecilia about her art. And with that, we've handled all of our business. We've had a great Sunday. Don't forget to go help out this afternoon. And with that, come on, stand up, and we're going to sing our way out of here.